We were talking about $300 just to rent it. You know,
wow.
Huge money, okay? I spent $200 on this suit. Okay, I went every place renting and antique stores. I mean, 3 weeks. Finally, after 3 weeks searching and searching, I told myself, this is not, it doesn't exist right now here. It was the 59 clothes because he wore very conservative clothes, conservative. And I saw the shark skin. I saw the shark skin stuff. I told myself, oh, how great it would be in that. But they were only regular sizes. But he's not a regular size, you know? And that's why I have to make a compromise, you know, what can I do? And then finally, what I came up with, I told myself, I just go to the contemporary store and buy a contemporary suit, 3 sizes bigger, because everything was hanging on him all the time. Girnobo pointed out, watch this, see, everything is hanging on him, have to be big clothes, he's very thin. I bought a regular suit, I mean, contemporary suit for $200, 3 sizes bigger, and the pants was like this big at the waist, and we took it in.
Whoa, oh, that's what you did.
You know, we took it in the waist, but everything left here, that's why it's relative. But it's still not as wide and not at the bottom. While the jacket should be straight instead of that, right? I have to resculpt that, I have to do the sculpture. But this is the closest I'm able to buy. And when I finally decided that I buy a contemporary suit, and then I had to make a decision what kind of material. I mean, I don't have to tell you that shark skin doesn't exist today because that's not a fashion today.
No.
That's why it was out of the question. That's why I look at those photographs and film, and I was analyzing in my mind. I told myself, what kind of material is that, not except the shark skin, whatever most of the time he has. And I told myself, it's a lightweight. I want to do, well, sometimes he was in a heavyweight, but I decided to do a lightweight wool, which was thin, to have a lot of nice wrinkles. But I didn't want to buy stripes. That's what I had. That's what I had. You know, stripes is just there. I don't like that. That's how I got it.
Well, that's not important.
Of course it's not important. And also, when I went through a lot of trouble with the little figures, I told myself, let's have a light suit, light gray, and it will go much better for the football. I couldn't find light gray.
You know, that's what happened.
I did not find that. I chose, I mean, I have what I found.
It's difficult to go around then.
Yeah. What is it? I want to have a medium gray or something. If I could buy short skin, that would be the best.
So I'll just have to flood it with hot light, and that way we get shadows.
We cannot use flash.
I'll use the other light.
Yeah, if you want to use flash, just the regular old-fashioned lamps. That would be great because they give shadow, give a little shadow.
And don't worry about the color or the stripe. Just you want impact. You want impact.
Not even a flash shadow.
Like this.
Yeah, because I have to sculpt that.
Yeah.
Because I have to sculpt
and what we're going to have to do, is create things like this by moving the material, moving the pen. Instead of pulling it down, you got to pull it up. See, normally you was doing this, but instead you got to do this. But just a little bit, and then let it pour. You pull it up and then let it pour.
But I was not
so it's natural for a man to be sitting down, pull his pants up, and then they sit up. And then when it gets, this is what happens. So if you pull it down, it's not. See, that's the difference. See, like that. That's natural. Because most of the time he was sitting down, then when he got up, he didn't pull his pants down. He just stood up, and his pants fell like that. Like this. See the way my pants do? Because most of the time he was sitting down until he fell to his brother Malcom X, and he got up, and then he started talking. Yeah, it was like this.
Yeah, but then, that's true.
Same thing with the other one. It's the cuffs. The cuffs stayed on their socks.
But then he was still speaking for an hour.
Yeah, but
I don't want to do it in that moment when he just stood up. I want to do it when he's,
what I'm saying is that if you want to hold like you were showing me, Otherwise, most people try to get as straight as possible, but then that don't look the way you want it to look.
There's nothing more boring
And
than
then
start with the 2-5 legs, like a 2-5 straight.
And then the guy that you chose fits the suit too perfectly.
Yeah, he could be female.
So it fits tight, so there's no folds. And the arms are tight, so there's no folds.
Well, it could be bigger. I see. We bought two.
But I'm just letting you know. So in order to make it look that way, you got to make believe and make it look loose.
Yeah, I realize that.
So it's not to make it look good on it, to make it look loose on it. Okay.
This guy should wear 42. The one was super about 42.
So when you set him up, what you're going to do is create folds. You're not trying to make it look good on him. You're sculpturing the folds. You work the folds until you get the folds the way you want them.
I understand, but let me tell you something. The folds that are on the photograph, that's not fantastic, but okay, it's okay. My problem is the light and shadow.
But that creates the light and shadows, the folds.
I know, but a different kind of lighting, I mean.
I'm trying to tell you, if you want folds, and you want the lighting to show the folds, if the folds aren't there, the lighting won't show folds.
I have little few folds. We have some.
You got a lot of folds there, because there's a different person there. That's a different person.
No, I'm talking about this.
See, everything fits him. It fits him too well.
Yeah.
It fits him much too well. He's big here.
Yeah, his could be. His could be bigger. So I bought two number bigger.
So the thing is to blouse it.
That's big. Well, what I want to say, if we get a real light lamp, not a light flash, then these few folds which are there, this will be better visible.
I'm trying to get you to do it right.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
I know what works. I know what works. I'm the photographer. I know what works with light, okay? Let me do my job, and let me try to get you to do your job, okay? Don't fight me.
No.
I'm trying to let you know how it's going to look best.
I don't fight you, no.
Okay, I'm trying to let you know. You gotta work you gotta literally sculpture folds. You have to sculpture them.
A little bit.
It can't be natural. There's nothing natural. He fits the clothes too well, is what I'm saying, for what you're looking for. And what you showed me on the roof is a different person.
Yeah, it's a different person.
And the clothes fitted him clothes fitted him the right way.
Yeah, the clothes was bigger on this other person.
That's what I'm saying. The clothes fit him perfectly. That's the problem.
Yeah, I understand very much what you are telling me, and then you are really helping me with that, everything what you say. What my original point is only that we have to do a different lighting.
I'm going to do that. I'm trying to get you to know what you're going to have to do in order to make it look good.
Thank you. You are right. I agree with you. 3 times, if it would be 48, number 48, the suit would be better, but I just bought only 46.
It's what you got, it's what you're going to have to use. And when I'm saying you do like a stylist do, you make things look the way you want them to look. It just takes time to do it. That's all. It takes time. You've got time to do it.
Yeah, but I don't expect you to have a huge number of folds, but I will do. Yeah, I will do. Okay. All right. Well, that's what was that. Oh, well, and then what happened is how I did this. I was starting to tell you what I did until now. That first, look at the films, then find the clothes, then we did the small figure, then they accepted the small figure, then in July 12, that was easy, the small figures, 3 months. for these 3 months, what I just told you. And then July 12th, they accepted the small figure was 2 inches, 2 feet. And then I started to look for a model, 3 weeks, find this car. Then the suit, 3 weeks, just 3 weeks. Finally, I had a suit. Then I knew the summer is coming. Then I spent 3 weeks on air conditioning, running up to use air conditioner and learning what the air conditioner and how it is and everything. Then I bought a bad air conditioner I used one wasted the money because only what is the name? Vincent has an outside window. I don't have an outside window. I can't work in 95 degrees under the skylight and in this suit a model. After 3 weeks I realized I can't do the air conditioner. By that time the heat came in. 96 degrees under the skylight. And then I called the people who paid me. I said, I'm sorry, I can't work. The clay dries out. A mother cannot stand in a wool suit. And my brain is boiling. I can't work. And they said, okay, now we have to wait till September 1st. And now I'm starting to do That's really behind us.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not complaining, I'm just telling you know what. Really take this very, very seriously. I don't mind to put in any work or anything. And I did not take it lightly. I love to have the sharp skin too.
Don't worry about it. We're going to get you right. We're going to get you right whether or not you like it or not. Turn you around. Get you off that one-way street going the wrong way.
I said, sharp skin suit, that would be great. That was when he was doing his most fanciest, when he was his fanciest. But, I'm doing his everyday Malcom. Just not the sharp skin. I thought about it so much, how thick should be the material, because when you do, you should be able to feel this is a thin whale or a heavy wool. You have to have a feeling when you do the sculpture.
You will have it. You will definitely have it. It'll be a masterpiece.
Thank you.
Knowing you. It's just a matter of breaking through that barrier.
What barrier?
Barrier.
The barrier. The holes are very difficult. The whole sculpture is the
The whole project is a barrier.
Yeah. The whole sculpture is the fold.
No matter what, at the beginning it was a barrier, you're pushing through the barrier. You're pushing through the barrier.
What is the barrier?
Well, interesting.
What do you mean by barrier? The problems?
Yes, ma'am. Have you been up there lately? You don't have to go up there.
No, I don't have to go up there. Oh, yeah, there was a lot of problem.
That's what I mean.
I just told you the simple, simple. No, there were a lot of problems. There was a lot of fight and problem with the architects. What they wanted me to do with me, that the place where the sculpture was is a very little space. There is not enough space. Just not enough space, okay? It's very small, and at the end of the whole, I'll tell you, this is a big story, but I fight it out. I fought it out. I fought out with the architect, I get 90% what I wanted. Yeah, you have to. I moved up anybody, moved everybody, including Dr. Shabazz. They wanted to ruin the architect's career.
They wanted to ruin you, huh?
Yeah. And me, disrespectful. That's why we're coming in from the street, and this is a glass wall and the door, and you go in another door. This is a glass wall too, 2 glass walls. You go through, here is the corridor, and here are 3 steps. 3 steps. And this is I call it the stage. The sculpture would be somewhere here, and here we go to the 2nd floor. And the problem is, that this whole area here, this is a very, very big problem. This is an enormous problem. This whole area is about that much higher, this much higher, until my knees, about 23 inches or something, but that much higher. It was found for some, it was not a purpose, not a aesthetic purpose, but there was something on there and they couldn't solve the problem and it's higher now. And there are 3 steps. And because it is that much higher, the architects by law, architects will have every kind of security law. They by law, they must put a railing which is 3 feet, 36 inches, that tall, that high, because they want to be sued. They don't want to be sued that people will fall down. It means that they told me that my sculpture will be here, and the sculpture will be like this, covered by the... I thought I'd die, when I heard that. And I had to fight for 4 parts, 1, 2, and every kind of dance was a little, railing this, railing. We were fighting with the architects, if you stand here, then I said that. The railing, I was trying to ask them, not to have the railing, but I said that it's not possible not to have a railing because that's by law. People can fall on and they will sue us, And then I said, if the railing is here, then why do you put my sculpture here? What do you think? How does it look? Malcom X is talking right, and then his cover runs it there. I said, why don't you put the sculpture here? I want you to put the sculpture here in the middle. Because the steps are here, and then when you come in, and he's in the middle, and it's big. And the architects were hysterical, and they said there's no way you cannot put it there, because they have some kind of they think that it is the old section of the sculpture in the back. They have some kind of again. But Malcom X was always in the middle, because that was a big room, and he was the one speaking. He was in the middle. If they want to put him in the middle, that's why I said, because it is one, and the second reason, because they said that they have some kind of, they want to have small gatherings here. Maybe they just hide there, decided, I don't know if it's true or not true, but they want to use it for small gatherings. And that would be disturbing. In 4, 5 months we fight with this. Finally, the final solution now is that they open the steps, and the steps are wide. Steps are that wide. And the sculpture is somewhere here. Not exactly in the middle, but very close to the middle.
It looks close to the middle. It looks like in the middle. It looks like
very
in the
close,
middle.
not exactly, but yeah, because I always push it there, and the next time I go there, I push it back. I did that from cardboard, I cut it out. I cut it out from, yeah.
You push it back to the middle.
Exactly.
That's where it's going to be, though, huh?
Because I have this cardboard thing. I cut it out, and in the back, this is
that's what's holding it up. It looks so real.
Yeah, 2. I have 2 of those.
It looks so good. It looks so good.
And it stands up, but you can grab it, it slides like nothing. And anytime I did that, to be able to see, for me, to be able to see.
You're making a good point.
The house put here.
People expect it to be there now.
Yeah, not just that people accept it, but the architects,
They expect it to be there. People see it.
Yeah.
They walk by and they see it.
Yeah.
If they don't see it there anymore, there'll be a lot of trouble.
Well, why I put it there, because we went to the architect together, and then came a big boss architect and everything. I had to show my point.
You did the right thing.
Yeah. And then, for example, when very first time I put it close to the middle, then the big boss came in and somebody told me, another artist was there, and the big boss saw that. He immediately started to scream and run toward it. They said, no, and dropped it and put it here. Okay, And then I had to write big letters, and that was big fights and every kind of, I wrote letters, and I had to pay people to type it and look very official. And then officially fought for this thing, and finally, then I found another architect friend of a friend who's also architect, and he gave me all the help. because I had to fight with this architect, and I had to know in order to fight with an architect, I have to be equipped with some certain knowledge that what is possible, what is not possible. That's why this other architect always told me that what's possible. That's how I look at it. That's why right now we are not exactly, I like to be exactly in the middle.
But I looked,
not exactly in
I
the
looked
middle,
inside there, I said, wow, it's perfect.
So, but this was a very big problem, you know. I mean, can you imagine standing there a sculpture and then cover until base fuller? Then I wrote letter to Dr. Shabazz, you know. I said, can you imagine? Oh, it was very funny because I forgot to say that. I forgot to say that one of the important things, that here is a toilet, okay? Here is a male, female toilet here. And the first version, when the Malcom X was standing here, he pointed like this to the And then I said, you know, I wrote letter to Dr. Shabazz. I said, can you imagine the Malcom X is pointing to the toilet? I don't have to mention to you how disrespectful this would be. You know. And then I send a letter because Dr. Shabazz, not Dr. Shabazz, but what's the name? What is his name at the Chamber Dodson.
Yeah.
He is also in the big committee. That is a so-called Malcom X commemoration committee. And yeah, and the main person is Dodson.
So what do you have to do now? Make the piece.
I have to do the sculpture, then I do the plaster cutting, then we take it to the foundry, and then it will be in bronze. And then when the bronze is ready, I have to retouch it. And then...
Retouch it?
Yeah, because it's
casting.
less money. Because it's not very, I'm not earning...
What do you do, coat it with something?
Patina. The retouching?
Yeah.
What is the retouching?
Yeah.
The retouching is that when they do the bronze casting, it's with the, what is the name? Low-flux method.
Oh. So the plaster of Paris is the piece itself, and then you pour something over it?
No. I can tell you that separately. It's not something like that. When you finish the bronze casting, the liquid bronze poured into the mold.
So you got a plaster mold.
Oh, the plaster mold is just very fast. If we start from the plaster mold, then we take the, not plaster mold, plaster sculpture. I take it to the foundry, and then they make a rubber mold out of that.
Oh.
A rubber mold, which is flexible but strong. And when you have a rubber mold, they open in parts, in sections, and then put it in wax. Then they put it together, and then you have a wax sculpture. Exactly just like the bronze would look, the wax. And after the wax is finished, then they put there is a material which is like a mixture of plaster and some kind of ceramic material. Ceramic material, to mix it with water. I don't know exactly what is there. And it's like feels like dough. You know? You put this material inside the sculpture. They put it inside before they put it together. The wax is inside. And after the wax, on the wax surface, they attach. This is the sculpture here in the middle. They attach on the surface, they call it gate. Gate like this, and the gate like this, and the gate like this. This gate, the reason they are going, they are all connected, there's every kind of channel. There are about 3 or 4 points where when the bronze casting happening, when the liquid bronze, they pour in the liquid bronze goes in the same time everywhere. You know? And but when the liquid bronze gets cool, it becomes metal, then you have this gate, also for metal. You know, and you have to cut those off. When you get the final bronze sculpture, then you have a spool of these things that are standing out, and you have to cut them off, and they are about something like a little thicker than that. You have to cut it off, like the nose, here, everywhere. Cut it off about 1/4 inch from the face, and then the whole sculpture is full of these little things like bumps. Then I have to come with hand tool and chisel them up and make it disappear. I could pay for it, somebody else would do it, but it would cost a lot of money, but I want to save money, and that's why I will do that. But the basically I have to go back to the sculpting. Okay, you have the rubber mold, and then they do wax. The wax, the ceramic material they put inside the sculpture and put outside the sculpture. But first they put this wax. They put this thing everywhere. They connect.
When they pour it in, that wax just melts.
Yeah, melts too. And they can put this funnels and everything. And when they finish all these gates and funnels are up to wax, then you take this ceramic type of material, which is like glue, and it sets in an hour or something, and they pull it around this whole wax thing everywhere. And then it sets 1 or 2 hours. This ceramic like the tester thing, there's plaster in it too. Then they put this into an oven. The ovens are very big. It's like this room. And under the floor, there's a place where the wax will flow. And it's huge oven. It's like the whole room. It's so big, you know. They make a furnace or fire or something, and a burn fire is an incredible heat. And during this incredible heat, the ceramic type material gets too hard like stone, like ceramic. And the wax melts out, and the wax falls out, and the ceramic thing, it gets very hard. And then these things which flow out, these are empty, and the sculpture is empty.
Oh.
And you have all this empty and surrounded with ceramic things. And this is the thing what they move, and they move in a big hole in the floor and lower this big thing. The whole thing, the ceramic, it becomes like that, ceramic ground. They lower it in the hole, and in the hole there are 3 holes or 4 or 5 holes, and they pour the liquid, bronze. Then the liquid bronze will float everywhere where is empty space. You know, empty space. And when they dig out this from the floor, dig it out, then they grab, everybody grabs, a lot of people grab the hammer, and the ceramic type of material, it was strong enough once to withhold the heat of the bronze for that few minutes. But after the bronze has cooled off, this ceramic type of material becomes like powder. You know, with a hammer, you hammer it, and it comes out like plaster, like powder. And you have the sculpture there full of these things, you know? And they cut it up, and then I come in, and I'm doing the chiseling. I call it chiseling. And every kind of metal tool, I have to make sure that I disappear it. Not only make it disappear, but I have to copy the texture next to it. That's what I'm going to do.
So this chiseled piece, do you sand it or?
Everything. There are every kind of metal tools. There are many different metal tools.
Machines?
Yeah.
And then you put the patina on it.
The patina is not I do, somebody else do it. There are people who expert.
It's a coating.
Yeah. That's acid, different kind of acid. It's chemical stuff, you know. And in one hand there is a torch, that's a blowtorch with flames. Another hand you have a big brush, and you put the big brush into liquid acid, and you brush it and torch it because of the flame. With the flame, the acid burn into the surface of the metal.
So it stays shiny all of the time.
No, the shiny shine comes after that. First is you get the color of the acid and the flame.
So it comes a deeper bronze kind of. You get any color that you want? Or?
Any color. Some people do brown, other people want green like your hair. Or any color you want.
What's yours going to be?
It's medium brown. Medium brown. And I don't want any fancy.
What about the pedestal?
No pedestal.
What holds it in place?
The leg has a, well, there is a microphone, and everything is standing on a 2-inch. Everything is standing on a 2-inch. This this thing, the figure and the microphone, because the microphone, standing figure, microphone, standing on a this platform, which is 2 inches.
That's bronze also?
That's bronze also. You know, that the figure is connected to this and the microphone connected.
So the weight itself, the piece on the bottom will hold it in place.
Well, this is all separate. They do the broadcasting separate.
So is this anchored to the floor?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, it will be. But these are all 3 separate pieces that they put together on the plate.
What happened to the plaster Paris piece? Plaster piece that you do?
I take it home. I take it home. I have to take something. I'm not going to throw it out. That's the original. The plaster is the original. The bronze is not a
So you keep all the plaster pieces that you've done then?
Yeah, of course. Unless, you know, somebody would like to buy it for a museum or whatever it's made, but nobody wanted to buy it.
What do you sell those pieces for?
I never sold anything in my life.
I'm talking about plaster. What would, you know, somebody asked
You know,
what would you sell it for?
I never sold anything until now. And I have to tell you that I'm terrified to sell anything.
Really?
To be honest.
So you have no price in mind then? So like if a museum wanted to buy the original piece?
Well, I have price in mind. If you know, if it would be bronze, I would just sell it for $25,000.
And the plaster?
No, bronze.
What about the original?
24.
Would you sell the original?
I don't know now because I never, as I told you, this is the first time that I get this kind of a job. And until now, I just made my living by doing bullshit sculpture for mannequins and stuff. And that's it. I like to sell it this Marcus Garvey now. $24,000. $12,000 is the bronze casting. Last figure is $12,000 bronze. 12 the bronze and I get 12, which is very, very low. But I have to start because I cannot ask a big price because I have no name. That's why you have to start in a lower price, and I wanna sell it because if I sold it, then I can say that somebody bought it or that somebody else will buy. I mean, you must start. You know, I'm almost 15 years old and still in a starting professional starting. You know, hopefully this is going to start. But that's why I don't want to. I can't ask bigger price than that. Than $24,000. Who buys $24,000 sculpture for an unknown age? Because I would get only 12, but bronze is 12. But for whoever buys this for them, it's 24. You know. No, I never sold anything. I made my living doing bullshit sculpture. And the smaller sculptures which I have in my studio, they are there because I like them. But I was not paid for it. So this is my first real sculpture job, which I got through a competition. That's all.